Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host, and it's Free Comic Book Day! Yes, Free Comic Book Day. It's a tradition that's been, how long has it been around? About 12 years or so? Something like that. I don't know. And would you believe this is the first time I have ever been able to go to Free Comic Book Day at the comic shop? Yes. Might wonder why. It's because ever since it started, of course, Free Comic Book Day, it's a special thing that a lot of the comic publishers have been participating in for the past decade or decade and a half or so. Free promotion to encourage people to try some comics, and people who haven't been buying comics, and often print special, publish special issues specifically for that, for people to try new titles that they haven't read before, or find a good jumping on spot before they want to invest it. And I've had Free Comic Book Day books before, which are usually secondhand or something, but this is the first time I've ever been able to go to Free Comic Book Day. And the shop that I went to is not just a regular comic shop. This is the Mile High Comics Megastore, the largest comic book store in the world, from what I understand. And yeah, because it's a shop and a warehouse all in one, and since I've never been to a Free Comic Book Day, I didn't know how this thing worked. And they had a special section set up. Special, because this was busy. This is the most people I think I've ever seen in that store, and I don't get to go there that often. And they have a special counter set up with employees back there. They have all the books that are available, the free books that are available up on the wall, and they are numbered. Now, unfortunately, you're limited to 3 books per person. I mean, so someone goes there with, takes other people with them, and they each get, say, you go with your wife, and you tag along, bring along a friend, and they each get 3. Then you can get 9 for yourself if they're not interested in keeping them. But in my case, I was by myself. My wife was out doing something else. So, of course, she would have gotten ones that she wanted if she had gone. So I got 3 free comic books, and gave me a chance to look around and get a few other things as well. So this is what I got. The first one here for Free Comic Book Day is from Dynamite Comics, and this is a Red Sonja, She-Devil with a Sword, and this is reprinting. This is a great cover by Frank Thorne. This is reprinting a cover and an interior story from Marvel Comics. I've forgotten which title, whether I think it was probably Red Sonja #1 or something, and reprints a story from that issue or another issue, and then reprints a second story from Dynamite. And I have not been, I'm a big Red Sonja fan, but I have not been able to keep up with Red Sonja. And they've got her doing all kinds of stuff. And it's kind of funny because they have different, because Red Sonja is a spinoff of Conan the Barbarian, another creation of Robert E. Howard. Yet somehow she has a different owner than Conan and the other Robert E. Howard characters. I don't know how or why. And so this Dynamite has been publishing Sonya for several years, and had put her in the present, teamed her up with Vampirella, and I can't even remember, don't even know who all they've teamed her up with, but she's teamed up with quite a bit. So if you, and I will be covering, and I've got this story and this book. I think I've got the issue that this is reprinting, and I also have it in a reprinted in trade paperback, because I have all the Frank Thorne Red Sonja that was reprinted in trade paper. And then we got here the best Archie comic ever, and then when I was looking through it, I was surprised. This is actually from last year. And it's got a 2022 date on it. It's got ads for magazine books that came out last year. And it's kind of surprising, because they just don't, the shops around here just don't carry a whole lot of Archie. Even the Mile High Comics Megastore does not seem to carry a lot of Archie. They have some, but they do seem to get all the digest size comics, though. I can't even be sure of that. And also from Archie, I heard something about this and I was excited for it. Archie Horror Comics, or Archie Horror presents The Cursed Library. And the horror host is Little Jinx. Of course, several years ago, they aged Little Jinx up from the goofy little girl to a much more sophisticated teenage girl, and now she put her in with the kind of like Sabrina into the horror stuff. Of course, they did a lot of that stuff with Archie, and I'm looking forward to reading that one. I love this cover. Of course, I'm a book person, and all these books in the library, and it's just makes me think of the Dark Librarian. My what else is on here? Oh yeah, and I noticed in here, I just thumbing through it. It's got some stuff. It's an advertising. A trade paperback to be printed later this year. Where's that one? There it is. Chilling Adventures, Archie Horror Chilling Adventures, and that's some of the stuff. That's in August. And so I want to get that when it comes out. And then this is stuff that I bought. Archie's Valentine Spectacular, which I looked for earlier in the year, and the comic shop that's closer to me didn't have it, or were sold out of it. And I saw it and go, yay! Nice Dan Parent cover, all the little hearts, but it features another Holly Golightly story. Yay, Holly! I finally got it. And here, this is something I just heard about. What was it, last week when I was listening to the Archie and Me podcast, and who was their interview with? I'm thinking it was Bunn here. I might be mistaken, but I think it was what's his name, Cullen Bunn. I think that's who they had on there, and they were talking about this, the cult of the Wilkin Boy. And it's Archie Horror Chilling Adventures presents The Cult of That Wilkin Boy. And of course, That Wilkin Boy was an old title from the 60s from Archie, which is had a similarity, same kind of stuff as they had in the regular Archies. And this I also bought new at cover price, but I was surprised that they still had it. Had actually two of these. Life with Archie, and this is a cute cover. I like this. But these were from, what was it, 2013, I think? 2012, 2013? When they were doing the married life storylines. So and this has both of these issues here. Life with Archie, the married life. 2 worlds, 2 loves, 2 destinies. Half of it is the storyline with adult Archie married to Veronica, and the other half is the storyline of the adult Archie married to Betty. And they ran that stuff for a couple of years, and I got very few of those books. And at the time, unfortunately, I didn't see them that much. I picked up a few. I had to go to the Tattered Cover bookstore to get those, and they were in the large magazine size format like this. And but surprisingly, these were still on the new rack and just cover price. So I got issue. This is variant 31. Oh, this is a variant cover, but this was issue 21, I think. And then here is issue 26. And some interesting reading. And I'll have to go through some of these sometime. I've got the one, the very last one, that resulted in the death of Archie. And I'll have to cover that sometime. And then I went to what used to be known as the dollar boxes. About 6 or 8 months or so ago, they got Mile High Comics Megastore got rid of all their dollar boxes. Someone tried to tell me it was a year ago, but I know it wasn't that long ago because I had the last time I'd gone just once, not too long ago. But prior to that, that's when I first discovered this. But prior to that, the last time I went was in November. I still had the receipt. Was in November, and they still had dollar boxes then. But now, what used to be the dollar boxes are all $3.95. Yeah, $3.95 for the cheap boxes. And some of the other comic shops still have them. One of the closest by comic shops doesn't have any dollar boxes at all. The other one has $1, $2, and $3 boxes. So, and this is variations on the theme. Unusual title, and it's from Scarlet Rose Productions. It's basically self-published comic out of Canada. But this isn't your conventional comic. I just look through it, and of course there's no action. It's just 3 basic stories of people talking. And I was interested, and I'll probably cover that sometime. And then, of course, Archie again, Jughead number 10, or Jughead the Hunger number 10. Which I've heard of, but I haven't seen them. And it's like when they were out, I didn't see them anywhere. It's like, I don't know what the deal was. It was very rare to come across all these horror-themed comics at the time. And another one here is Dynamo Joe, number 1. This is, I think, 85 or so. This is number 1 of a 3-issue miniseries from First, and liable to cover that. I've been wanting to do one of these, so I'll probably cover that before too long. And here we have The Greatest American Hero, number 2 of 3 from a miniseries. This was based on the pilot movie for the Greatest American Hero TV series, and it's scripted by William Catt here, who starred in the show, and based on the story. But it is different. They do take differences besides just being updated to the present. But the thing is, when this first came out, I got the first issue at the Starfest. And I wanted to get the rest of them, and I never saw any others. So here I got one. It's cheaper, of course. Cheaper. It's still the cover price, basically. And so now I need to find issue 3. And here we have Boffo Laughs. These are from the 80s, some self-published independent stuff from the 80s, and this is all humor. And I recognize this cover, and I've had 1 or 2 issues of this. I'm not sure if I still do anymore, but now I can look through these. Unfortunately, it's in rough shape, and should have got a better deal on that. But anyway, and then X-Mutants #3. Amazing Comics, again from the mid-80s. I don't remember just what year, and we'll look into that sometime, and then we'll tie this up with, and I actually thought I picked up both issues they had there. Spider, the Master of Men. This is based on the pulp magazine from the 30s. Tim Truman. This is book 2, Bloodmark. 2 of 3. And I think I have #1, or it might be from a different storyline somewhere, if I still have it. And they had issues 2 and 3, and I thought I picked them both up, but apparently I just got that one. We'll have to take a look in that sometime too. So that's all I've got, and I run longer than I had expected to, but that's fine. That's what we got from the Free Comic Book Day haul. So please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. Which of these books do you like? And did you go to Free Comic Book Day? And what did you get? And remember, everybody, comics are art.